Episode 2 has one job. It has to prove that Jace's death changes decisions, not only lighting, music, and the number of people staring sadly at the floor. The Gullet was spectacle. The aftermath has to be politics. The official Weeks Ahead trailer shows grief, accusation, wounded survivors, and Rhaenyra speaking as if justice has become something she intends to consume in pieces. But that trailer mixes several future episodes. It gives us direction, not a timetable. So these are not 5 things guaranteed to happen on Sunday. There are 3 questions episode 2 must begin answering if Jace's death is going to reshape the story, rather than simply decorate it with trauma. Rhaena is the obvious emotional target because Sheepstealer arrived uncontrolled and turned an already impossible battle into a second crisis. But obvious is not the same as fair. The Triarchy built the trap. The harpoon brought Vermax down. Jace chose to enter the fight. Baela chose to turn back. Corlys chose the passage. War is very efficient at distributing responsibility and then handing grief one convenient face. Episode 2 needs to show whether Rhaenyra can hold several causes in her mind at once. If she reduces Jace's death to Rhaena's failure, the family conflict begins immediately. If she refuses to blame Rhaena at all, that may be compassion. It may also be grief postponing a conversation that will become worse in private. Jace was not only Rhaenyra's son, he was the person most willing to protect her by overruling her. Now that mechanism has no owner. Does Baela inherit his political role? Does Mysaria become the voice closest to Rhaenyra's anger? Does Daemon return as the only person confident enough to turn grief into orders? Or does Rhaenyra make the answer brutally simple and stop allowing anyone to speak first? The trailer repeatedly frames her in command, but command can mean 2 opposite things. She may finally take control of Team Black. Or the council may learn that the safest sentence in the room is whatever confirms what she already wants. Episode 2 should tell us whether the locked door was the last time her allies controlled her or merely the first time they were caught doing it. The trailer shows an armored, white-haired body on the shore. It wants us to ask whether Corlys survived, but that is only the surface question. If he returns, what kind of ally comes back? If he does not, who inherits his fleet, his authority, and the enormous bill House Velaryon has paid for Rhaenyra's claim? A surviving Corlys could become a dangerous creditor. He may demand control of strategy, protect Baela and Rhaena against Rhaenyra's anger, or move Alan closer to power. He could also keep serving while emotionally withdrawing, which is how alliances die with excellent manners. Episode 2 does not need to settle his whole future. It does need to show that the sea cannot return the same political arrangement it swallowed. While Team Black grieves, Aemond has been handed the cleanest opening of the war. Aegon is gone. Jace is dead. The Velaryon fleet is shattered. Rhaenyra is emotionally exposed. If Aemond cannot turn that into a coherent green strategy, then the throne room really is just an expensive chair with anxiety around it. The important test is whether he behaves like a ruler or like a weapon temporarily allowed indoors. Does he secure the capital, coordinate the Southern Army, and control information? Or does he choose the enemy who satisfies his personal obsession? Episode 2 should begin answering whether Aemond's authority makes the Greens stronger, or simply gives their most dangerous impulse access to paperwork. My prediction is that Episode 2 gives Rhaenyra one decision that feels like justice and quietly functions as a trap. It may be an order against the Triarchy, a judgment inside Team Black, or a refusal to forgive someone who survived Jace. The specific target matters less than the new rule she creates for herself. Action is loyalty, hesitation is betrayal. That rule can make her look decisive for several episodes. It can also make honest advice impossible. The trailer's most important promise is not that Rhaenyra becomes cruel. It is that grief changes what she believes she is entitled to do. Episode 2 should show the first price. Not the final madness, not a complete transformation, just the moment revenge begins dressing itself as governance. Which answer matters most to you in Episode 2? Who Rhaenyra blames? Who speaks for her? Or what Corlys demands when he comes back from the sea?